Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name's Andrea and this is Beauty with Andie. Today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. We're going to be doing some eye swatches and then at the end I'm going to do a look with this palette. So I got this recently from TK Maxx. It's the Kevyn Aucoin Dual Pop Face and Eye palette. It really is a beautiful palette. I was just a bit close then. So yeah, it really is a beautiful palette. It just looks like that. Really stunning. I've got my base on. I'm just using a BB cream today. I've not put anything on the face apart from the BB cream, so I've got no bronzer on or anything because I want to use the sculpting powder. No blush. I'll use the blush and then we'll use my highlighters from the magnetic palette I've got, because I've got some Revolution Pro highlighters from TK Maxx as well. So look, you can just see how absolutely stunning this palette is. The only thing I've done is lightly swatched it. You can see there that it's not had any use. The battery's going. I think the best thing to do is change the battery and then we can continue with this video. Okay, so hopefully without any distractions we can just do some eye swatches on this beautiful palette. Right, so right off the bat, I have spoke about this in my shop, my stash. A few people mentioned the packaging. For such a high-end brand, Kevyn Aucoin, they would expect a little bit, you know, they would expect more from it. Basically they wouldn't expect cardboard packaging, but I don't mind cardboard packaging if the products are good inside, and that is to be determined. If the products are nice inside, they do look nice. Like I've just said, the only thing I've done is lightly swatch them. The two videos I've watched that I've said that this sculpting powder was the best thing in the palette, and they didn't much care for the rose quartz blush. I'm going to be using both of those products today. The only thing I'm not going to use until the very last look is this Moonstone shade, because it's just a cream ivory shade. So we'll just swatch the 5 eyeshadows. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do it with a brush, and then I might have to go in and use my finger. This is a little bit, I think that's better. Right, so firstly then we're going to go in with the one that I really like, which is Citrine. And both people said that basically it wasn't any good. It's very it's very sheer, I will give them that. Yeah, can you see how sheer it is? I'm gonna spritz my brush. This would probably go on well with a glitter glue. Right, let's try it with a finger, because it really is super smooth. Yeah, there's definitely glitter in it. Right, so that is much better. So Christina, Brooke, the one, the YouTuber that I first watched, when I got this palette, she did a look, but she did a look with pretty much every eyeshadow in here, and not just by using like one eyeshadow. So yeah, I think it looks okay like that, to be honest. I wouldn't say it's bad. It's a bad palette. I would say the formula is pretty good. If you don't want to use every single eyeshadow, it probably would get muddy then. I'm going to link Christina's video in the description box so you can go and check hers out and see how she did her look as well. Right, so then we're going to go in with Ruby. I'm just going to colour swatch this accent brush and see if I can get... Actually, no, I want to use a setting spray. Yeah, I just want to see if I can get more pigmentation out of that Citrine shade. I mean, to be honest, I don't use too many eyeshadows. I like a simple look. So, if I can get this to work with just 1 or 2 shades, that would be ideal for me. Yeah, that's really pretty. Okay, so let's dry. God, I've got a bad cough. Let's try the ruby shade, this red one. I wouldn't normally gravitate towards that kind of shade anyway, but we'll try it. That's really nice. Super smooth's cut out again, so I was just saying the super smooth, and they do say like metallics and these kind of satins you should go in with your finger anyway. So this is what they're looking like. I actually like it, just on those 2 eyeshadows. Let's bring you closer. Yeah, I would say I like it. So what I'm going to do now is just take these off and then we can do some more swatches. Right, so I've just gone to look in the bigger mirror in the bathroom, and this one, this Citrine shade, has got a lot of glitter in it like I thought, and it does show quite a bit of texture, but I wouldn't say it looked bad. It's not the worst eyeshadow I've ever used, so I don't really want to do it down. I think this eyeshadow palette stuck enough flack as it is, so yeah, I do like it. I think I'm going to do a look with that at the end. So we've tried Ruby, and then it's just these bottom 3 here that we need to try now. So I might bring you in a bit closer again. So we're going to go in with Topaz here. Which looks pretty. The only thing is with that Citrine shade, it is literally full of glitter. My eyelids are full of glitter. Down here it's full of glitter. Good job I'm not really doing anything today. I'm just going to my mum's shortly. So my makeup doesn't really have to be perfect. And I wear glasses anyway, so it really doesn't matter. Right, let's go in with a finger. They're all doing it. If you've got more mature eyes like me, or eyelids should I say, they all show the texture. I think Citrine was the worst out of the ones that I've tried so far, but they're definitely showing texture. I don't know if the camera is going to pick that up. So yeah, that's that. So then we're going to go in with Emerald. I'm not going to spritz these ones. I'm going to go in with Emerald next. That looks absolutely beautiful and definitely my kind of shade. I love green eyeshadow. Some people are calling this blue. Definitely looks green to me. Yeah, I heard someone say this was a turquoise blue. It really isn't. Yeah, I like it. The green doesn't show as much texture. as the Citrine and Topaz shade does. I think it's just a like shimmer, whereas the other ones are more metallic satin. You can definitely see the texture here, but the Citrine shade showed a lot more texture than that. So we've only got one more eyeshadow to use, and then we can jump into the look. I've brought in my, where are you? I brought in my Elizabeth Arden All Gone Iron Lip Makeup Remover, so we'll just use some of this to take it off. Just feels really greasy, this. I don't particularly like it. I just want to use it up. Yeah, this has got a lot of glitter in it. I think they all have, to be honest. Some just more than others. Right, and then let's colour switch the brush. Gonna have to probably fix under the eyes with some concealer or something. Oh, that's a mess. Definitely gonna have to sort the makeup out before we put on the face-based products. Right, so then we're going to go in with Mahogany. That's the last one that we haven't tried. This is more like of a matte satin. It does have speckles of glitter in it. And that's Mahogany. Right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to jump off camera for a minute and then try and sort the rest of my makeup out, and then we'll come back and I'll do another, well, I'll do a look with the eyeshadow palette and face palette. Right, so let's do this. I am pretty scared because I've heard so many bad things about the palette. I mean, people went and did videos about it, so yeah. I don't have that NYX white base on today. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put Moonstone on all over the eyelids since it's there. Well, that's nice. But I mean, how hard is it to give us a good base? I shouldn't have put it on my lids because I do want to go in with a glitter glue. I'll still do that. Never mind. Yeah, I do want to use Citrine and I want to use a glitter glue as well and just see if it makes any difference. But for now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with Sculpting. It's a medium shade, so I'm going to try it all over the crease before I even put it on the face. I'm going to go in with my Smashbox brush. Now, when Christina did this, she is a lot deeper than me in skin tone, and it just wasn't showing up on her skin tone. Showing up really, really well for me. On the outer V, I think I'm going to use Mahogany. See, that is showing up quite well. The advantages of being a pale girl are finally helping me out. Right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put the glitter glue down. Yeah, what we'll do is we'll put glitter glue down, but we're not going to put it all the way to the end where the outer V is, because obviously I want to try that Mahogany shade, and that's more of a matte, I would say. I wouldn't say it's a complete matte. I would just say it's like maybe a demi matte with glitters in it. yeah, to about there. Gone a bit too far on the left eye. Right, and then we're going to go in with Citrine, and hopefully this won't look a hot mess. If it does, it does. I'm not taking it off. I think it might just be one of those shadows that just... oh, it's working a lot better. Or is it? Seems to just be like sticking onto the glue. I'm gonna go with my finger. It feels very, very chunky, so I do agree with Christina on that. But that wouldn't stop me from not wearing it. If I like it, which I do really like the shade, and I like it, it's got like a duochromeness to it. It's like a peachy gold, but then it has like a pink shift. Right, so I'm just going to leave that little gap. I might put some more of that citrine in a little while. Should have just gone in with a finger to begin with. Yeah, it's showing quite a bit of texture. So, if you are bothered about that, if you are bothered that it's going to show every bit of texture you've got on your eyelid, you're not going to like it. Me personally, I don't really care. I like the actual eyeshadow, so I don't really care about a little bit of texture that is shown on the eyelids. So now I'm going to go in with Mahogany. Try this Smashbox brush. Might need a small, no, I'll try the BH Cosmetics brush. So it's just that one there. This looks a bit patchy. It's okay. It's a little bit patchy, I would say. Let's try and blend it out a little bit. That Mahogany shade, normally I would only use it for the lash line. Doesn't look too bad. On Christina's channel, when she did the look, she was like, this is the worst look I've ever created. And it didn't look that bad personally. But I mean, obviously, when she creates a look, she knows if she's happy with it or not. But yeah, I thought it didn't look that bad. And I just didn't think it looked that bad. You can be the judge of that by checking the channel out. Like I said earlier, I'll leave it in the descriptions box. I'm going to put some of that sculpting shade on again, just to blend it out. But I actually like this. Maybe I'm not so picky with my palettes. I mean, this retails for £47 regularly. I got it at TK Maxx for £9.99, which I thought was a steal at the time. I looked like there was a palette already opened, and I just looked inside and I thought, that's beautiful. I don't really have shades too much like that. They looked really metallic and really foiled, and I think that's why it's showing so much texture, because they are quite foiled. On me personally, because I'm in my 40s, like foiled eyeshadows show up quite a lot of texture, but like I said, I don't mind that. It reminds me of some of the eyeshadows from the W7 Socialite palette. They do that. I didn't mind, you know. If I would have minded, I would have decluttered it. So yeah, I'm not gonna say this is a bad palette. I think it's a pretty good palette. I've not tried the face products yet. Well, I've tried the contour on the crease. If I don't like it on the actual cheeks, if I feel like it's too dark, at least I can use it as a crease shade when I do use the eyeshadows in the palette. Do I think it's a bad palette? No, not by any stretch of the imagination. If you can get it for £9.99, I would say grab it. If you're paying any more than that, £47, I wouldn't say that's worth £47, but this sculpting powder alone is quite a lot of money, isn't it? I've not looked into prices or anything like that. Maybe I should do that and put it around here somewhere. But yeah, I've wanted to try the Kevyn Aucoin sculpting powder for a while, so I'm glad it's in here. I wish it would have been in light, but it couldn't just make an iron face palette for pale girls like me. So yeah, he's done the best that he can by putting a medium shade in there, which I do really appreciate. Maybe I will be able to get away with it. At the moment, this palette retails in the UK anyway. On Space NK it's £19.99 and on Cult Beauty it is £35. So yeah, it just didn't sell well, so that's probably why TK Maxx have got it and why other companies have got it and can sell it on cheaper. But so far on first impressions, guys, I don't think it's a bad little palette. But like I said, I haven't tried the blush yet, so let me just put that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the sculpting powder on the lash line, followed by the Mahogany shade. Yeah, then we're going in with Mahogany. Right, and the inner corner highlight will have to wait until I get the Revolution highlighters out, because we're going to be using one of them anyway. Right, so what we're going to do is I'm just going to get my bronzer brush and I'll be back. Right, okay, so I've got my Japanesque bronzer brush. Hope this works out okay. So let's put that through the colour switch. Okay, so I'm just going to go into it. Sorry, I've got the mirror in your face. It's actually not a bad shade for me, this. Okay, right, so a lot of people have been complaining about the blush and highlighter combo. I'm going to try and go down this section, but I don't actually, this brush might just fit. Oh, that's pretty. What are people talking about? Do people just like to do palettes dirty and talk trash about them? That is pretty. I don't know whether it's because I'm just going down the more mauvey side, and I don't like mauve tone blushes. If you've watched my blush collection, which I'll leave in the cards or I'll leave at the end of the video, then you'll know there's hardly any mauve tone blushes in my collection. Right, and I'm gonna go over with that like a blush topper. That's like a coral shade. I like that. It's like that perfect summer dewy glow. That's what it feels like. This makeup feels like that. I'm just going to go and get the highlighter palette, and we can discuss what I actually think, but I think by now you know what I think. So yeah, we will discuss though, and it's pointless doing swatches because you've seen eye swatches, but yeah, let's just talk about the palette, and I'll tell you my thoughts at the end. Okay, so let's put some highlighter on. Which one shall we go in with? So I've got 3. So I've got, this is my magnetic palette. I have like shown you these when I did the TK Maxx haul. Again, I'll leave that in the cards. Part of me wants to go in with this middle one, which is called Sensational Lights Dramatic. Right, so I've just put on a little bit of setting spray, just so it's got something to adhere to. And let's go in with it. Let's see how pigmented they are. I've not tried any of the Revolution Pro highlighters. They're okay, not the most pigmented highlighter I've ever used. At the moment, I'm loving that, you know, blingy highlighter. Like you can see my from space kind of thing. That's why I'm putting loads on. Might leave that there. And I'm just looking down at these highlighters to try and think, what can I use as an inner corner highlight? What's going to look the best with that Citrine eyeshadow? Okay, so don't know, should I use the icy one? Let's go in with the icy one and see how that looks. So the icy one is called Sultry, that one. I don't know how this is going to look. I don't think I like it. Maybe go in with this pink one over the top, which is called Sensational Lights Glorious, which looks like that. Then I will have used all 3. It looks okay, they're just not pigmented. Right, let me go and get my mascara and eyeliner. Right, so I'm not sure where the eyeliner is, so we'll leave tight lining for today and just put the mascara on. Right, let's wipe this lip oil off. Okay, so what I'm going to do today, I'm going to wear a red lip, purely because I want to see if I can declutter this. I've got about 2 weeks left before I do the lip edit again, and I just want to know if I want to keep or declutter it. It's a blue toned red. It's called Soft Paprika and it's by number 7. And to be honest, I wouldn't really care one way or another if I kept it or decluttered it, so that speaks volumes to me. It's not one of my go-to reds. They're more orange toned red lipsticks. Like, the ones that stand out to me are Tell Laura, and then there's another one, is it 1975 red? Yeah, I think it is, from Charlotte Tilbury as well. Them stand out to me more than any of the orange toned reds in my collection. I always go to them if I want an orange toned base red. So yeah, let's try this. It's nice. It's just doesn't really get an awful lot of use. Maybe I could just make a mental note of using it more. I think it looks really nice with this eye look. Right, so let me just say, I know some people have different tastes in the eyeshadows they like to use. Some people like to use only mattes, some people like shimmer and mattes like me. Foiled and metallics I also like. Yeah, I also like foiled and metallic eyeshadows. I think they're really pretty on the eyes, and some do show texture. Like me personally, I don't care about that. I don't care if it shows a little bit of texture on the eyes. Like when my eyes are like fully open anyway, you can barely see the texture because I've got hooded eyes. So like when they're fully, like when I'm looking in the mirror now, you can't see the texture. It's only like when I close my eyes. I'll come really close and you can see what I mean. Yeah, so you can see how much texture the eyeshadows actually showing. If you're not a fan of that, then this palette isn't going to be for you. It might not be for you anyway, the price point of it. Kevyn Aucoin is very expensive. This is the first thing in my collection that I've got by him. Also I've got a lipstick, but I got that quite a while ago from TK Maxx, and I don't think it's in date anymore, so that'll probably go in the declutter. But yeah, this is the first thing that I've got. I wouldn't pay full price for the Kevyn Aucoin Dual Pop eyeshadow palette. I mean, you do get a range of eyeshadows, but they're mainly like shimmers and metallics. It would have been really nice if maybe they would have, like, I'm the first person who loves having a cream ivory shading, but I know that a lot of people don't appreciate that and could live without it. I could go to a different palette. I don't mind using a different palette, and I know he's created this to be an iron face palette, but let's face it, it's not an iron face palette really, because this here, I wouldn't say this is a highlighter, not on me anyway. It's like a blush topper, so you go in with a small blush brush here and then you use that over the top like I did earlier. So yeah, I wouldn't mind that being removed and having a really light crease transition shade. I'm one of the lucky ones, I think, because I can get away with using that all over the lids. My lids are so light, just like my skin, but it doesn't work for everyone, like Christina shows on her channel. I would highly recommend you go and watch her video. But I do like the eyeshadows, guys. I'm definitely going to do another look in the week with this. I was only intending on doing this one look, but I think I'm going to do a look with this emerald green eyeshadow in the week. I'll be using the same face products again, and I'll use that as a transition. So it will just be you seeing what this looks like and seeing what the rest of my makeup looks like. So that video will be coming later on in the week, I'm not sure when, but yeah, I just wanted to do a quick look with this, some quick eye swatches. I don't think this is a bad palette. I think it's got quite a bad reputation. Some people probably expected more than they got because of the name, because of the Kevyn Aucoin name, but I'd never used any Kevyn Aucoin products in the past, so you know, I didn't have anything like to compare it to. So I actually really like this palette. Would I say it's the best palette that I've ever used? No, not by any means, but it's not a dud. I was expecting it to be a complete dud, a complete waste of money, waste of time using it, but it's not at all. I do actually really like it, and I know I will get more use out of it. I'm not going to say I'd highly recommend it, but if you do see it in your local TK Maxx and the colour story appeals to you like it did me, I would definitely say go and check it out. I mean, for £9.99 is not bad, and it's good to have just for this if you wanted to try the sculpting powder. those are my thoughts, guys, on the palette. Hope you've enjoyed the video. Please like, subscribe, share and comment, and I will see you in my next one.